the pejorative term right-winger. Would you accept the description traditionalist, that you'd say that you stand for traditional values, traditional ideals?
I think that the essence of conservatism is that you don't change something unless there's a very good reason for doing so. So to that extent, yes, I think that you're cautious, but by and large I think it's been conservative governments who have embraced social change probably more radically than most of the so-called left-wing and progressive parties.
Cautious or resistant to change?
No, I think we're cautious, and I think, again, all I can do is to point you to the changes that have happened under successive Conservative governments, which have seen huge changes in society.
Most recently, I suppose, those traditionalist values might have brought some controversy, certainly some focus on you and your stance. When it came to the vote on equal marriage, you voted against. Why was that? Well,
I was one of two cabinet ministers who did vote against it, and it was for various reasons. Certainly, in constituency terms, I felt that overwhelmingly the constituents of Clwyd West were opposed to the change. But also, I regard marriage as an institution that's developed over many centuries, essentially for the provision of a warm and safe environment for the upbringing of children, which is clearly something that two same-sex partners can't do. Which is not to say that I'm in any sense opposed to stable and committed same-sex partnerships.
You know that your opponents on that have been very vocal and said that is very much you being, and others being resistant to change, being reluctant to see, to end discrimination then, I suppose. Do you accept any of that?
No, I don't, and I think that when we're talking about the gay marriage debate, we have to be extremely careful. I think that there are very strong and committed reasons on both sides of the argument, so to come up with crude characterisation such as that is probably not helpful.
People bandy the term homophobic. You know, they certainly would. You've been accused of being homophobic.
I don't think I have been accused of being homophobic. I've got a lot of people in my life who are very important to me who are gay, and therefore anyone who knows me would never accuse me of that.
It was, I mean, the politics of it was a free vote, but it's still relatively unusual for a cabinet member to vote against what were government plans. And you're a relatively new cabinet member as well.
Yes, but I felt that it was an issue that was important to me, as indeed it was to Owen Paterson. And it was, as you say, a free vote, and it was understood in cabinet that it would be a free vote, and that was the way I voted.
Were religious reasons important? I mean, you have a Christian faith. Is that something that interferes or is involved in any way in your politics?
It doesn't interfere at all. In fact, I find that a Christian faith is extremely helpful to anyone in public life. But yes, it was partly my Christian faith that came into play, but certainly by no means the full reason. And it was something that I gave long consideration to over quite a long period of time.
In more general